Greetings, this is Vane and welcome back to Let's Play Stellaris. So, we're in our 9th year, just starting, so we're due an election in the following year. So let's see how that goes. We're still trying to build up our fleet. I mean, we've got 414 versus 409 is probably a bit rough. So it might be worthwhile just rounding it out with rounding our fleet out with a 10th. And then maybe we can think about attacking the drones.
Construction complete.
Okay, you. Well, what are we doing next? We're going to head back there. I don't think we're going to get our orbital research mandate done at all.
Found.
The mineral composition of a Hiram 3 does not match predictions. Okay, let's research it then. Meanwhile, let's have a look. Could probably head towards Ocaron and do these two. Get them out of the way. By the time we get there, we should have some alloys spare.
System survey complete.
Okay, so what's that? Sige. Sige's done, and he's going to move on to the next, another system. 459 for our fleets. Yep, I think that gives us enough of an advantage to continue. What we're going to do is we're going to switch from passive to aggressive.
System survey complete.
Which means we will basically attack. We will basically move in and attack the drones. If we look, we see them here. This is the thing. How far we got. We haven't surveyed any of these. But the battle's down there. And we're not in there, so... Sure. Mario, where are you? Mubla. No, I don't want that. You can go... Survey there. There you go. So, let's take our fleets. And go and deal with these drones. Basically, our fleet consisting of 10 corvettes at the moment. Okay. Those scans have revealed the cause of Barium 3's odd metal composition. So, thorough scans. The planet is a crash site of dozens of massive spaceships, larger than anything we could have ever imagined. Their construction date back several million years. The materials will surely come in handy. Thank you. Don't quite have the influence for that yet. And we've still got a nice little patch there. So it's not bad.
System survey complete.
Okay. Barium's going to head somewhere else. Where are you heading? You're going to there to finish off that. Okay.
Anomaly found.
Okay.
Research complete.
Scanning the star unveils a small object in rapid orbit. Its small size and high velocity make it difficult for our sensors to isolate. We'll research that. Meanwhile, we have deep core mining done. So we can have, what we got? Weather control systems. The ability to alter a planet's weather patterns to suppress destructive weather phenomena will make residential buildings easier to maintain and open up new areas for habitation. Okay. Or we can have, we've got the machine template system. Not sure we've actually built our robot first. Yep, that's fine. I'm not sure built. Let's have a look. No, it's all human. We haven't quite built, so we probably shouldn't get into robo modding just yet. So it looks like it's weather control systems for us right now. It's pretty good. Okay. That's telling us there's a hostile fleet, which we know. It's the ancient mining drones. Let's have a quick look at these. Small cutting lasers, nanocomposite armor, so they're alright, I guess. But basically, it's us versus them, and here we are. Okay. They've started to attack us. There's our fleet.
Hostile fleet engaged.
And here's the battle.
Anomaly found.
Okay. Meanwhile, we will pause it while we're dealing with this. Small rectangular object on the surface of this planet is deflecting all scanning beams like a mirror. Our sensors are unable to determine its material composition. Let's research it. Go in and see some of this battle up close, shall we? Okay, campaigning to elect a new president is underway. The result will be announced on the 4th. So we got basically 4 months of campaign. Well, 3 months of campaigning. Now, these are the candidates and what their thing. But to be honest, we can't really afford to support anyone, so we're not going to bother. We will, however, continue watching this battle. Where we are very, very slowly beating the crud out of these drones. Which is not bad considering it's the first ever battle we've been in. Whilst conducting surface scans of Grumian B2, Science Officer Suzanne Houston and the crew of the UNS Darwin discovered that what appears to be an artificially carved slab of rock covered in alien writing. They have not detected any other signs of alien activity on the planet, and exactly how this mural came to be is a mystery. We have prepared a special project to translate the text. Fascinating. Okay, so this is what Grumium.
Situation log updated.
Okay, we got that. Meanwhile, let's have a look at our. We've basically got the upper hand, even though we've lost a couple of ships. Okay, they've got 2 ships left. Come on! You can do it. Okay. A new ruler has been elected, President Omar Sassani. Okay. With a new mandate. Our presidents, they've unfulfilled that last mandate. Let's have a look at this mandate. What is it? We had another orbital research mandate. And our new president, Omar Sassani, is a champion of people, which increases their happiness, and they're charismatic, so edicts cost less and last longer. Okay. But we don't have a leader for Earth anymore. So we're going to hire a new governor. For it, because Stellaris just basically, the presidents, once they're done, they retire. Okay. Governor. We can choose. Governor to get crime, adaptable, or intellectual. There we go, intellectual. Plus 10% bonus from research. We'll have you, you'll do. Now, back to the battle. Where there's one mining drone left. Come on, come on. You can do it, you can do it. Crushed. There we go. We lost 5, but we destroyed them all. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to go repair fleet, which basically is nearest starbase, please. Which will be the Sol, which will be the Sol. We need to repair our fleet. Meanwhile, if we look at you, you're there. And we're going to build star posts. And that was our first battle. Okay. Area 4 is crisscrossed by overlapping minimal composite bands that are elevated above the harsh surface by tall, flexible pylons. Constantly agitated by atmospheric winds, these pylons sway and their overlapping bands rub together to produce sonic waves at what are, to humans, inaudible frequencies. Science Officer Senior Polichiva reports some difficulty in isolating this audio from the natural background noise of the planet, but notes that the mineral bands could, should we so choose, be broken down and efficiently recycled by the United Nations of Earth. Make preparations for salvaging the mineral bands. Okay, fair enough. Fra here. It's all done. You can research, find out what the drones were hiding, and then go back to surveying that system.
System survey complete.
Mind you, Grunium, which is down here. See, where are you going? Well, this is a nice little branch down here. First, we've got this system, which is the Muriel. So we'll do you. Okay, we have gotten a report from Science Officer Sabine Newman. It seems that a ceramic container is circling the star Unatra. Most peculiar. It should obviously not be there, but somehow it has managed to find its way into a close orbit. Special project can be issued to investigate the container and try to deduce how it ended up there. A conundrum worth investigating. So that was, what is it?
Situation log updated.
Anandra. Let's research that then.
Construction complete.
Okay. Build the mining stations there, please. Thank you.
System survey complete.
You, okay. Now we're going to switch you to automatic survey. So we don't have to worry too much about what Okay, so the fleet's now being repaired.
Project complete.
Okay, as the science community on Earth hypothesized, the drones found in asteroid B4397 were indeed hiding something. The valiant efforts of the UNS Palsemi's crew have unearthed rich mineral deposits in the asteroid's core, previously obscured by the drone's presence. Thank you. Continue to survey its system. Joel, you're already there.
Construction complete.
Okay, let's see what we've got for you now. Might as well just move you there, that's where we're going to go. So we'll just move you there and leave you hanging around the star system until we've got enough. Okay, first fleet has been fully repaired. So what we're going to do is we're going to reinforce fleet for the nearest shipyard. So we're going to get, because we want to get back up to full strength. So basically we're going to buy ships until with as much as we can, as much alloy as we can afford, until we get to 10.
Special project complete.
Science officer Suzanne Houston has managed to partially isolate the alien Mura discovered on Chromium B2. The text contains a staggering amount of data, and the Mura evidently serves as some sort of low-tech library. It describes in broad terms the collective technological knowledge of an alien civilization that dominated this region of the galaxy some 80 million years ago. A lot of it is already known to us, but the data does contain several promising leads for technologies we had yet to consider. There is enough data here to keep our scientists busy for decades, but we will need an orbital research facility to continue the translation efforts. Intriguing. Okay. You're going on auto for now. How are we getting on with you? Send progress. Okay, so that's 2. So we've got to get what, 18? So in about 9 months. Fair enough. We can do that. Okay. A new faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal political landscape of the United Nations of Earth, led by scientist Lulama Akinji. They call themselves the Xeno Friendship Foundation. Their members have been pushing hard for friendly relations with alien species. A disgruntled faction will be a source of trouble, but one that approves of the government's actions could prove useful. A new faction has recently been gaining traction in the internal landscape. Led by scientist Suzanne Houston, they call themselves the Democratic Rights Society. Their members work for equality and justice for all denizens of our empire. Okay, so we got new factions. And here we get politics. So we have the name and the type and the leader. So you can see it's a progressive faction and a Xenoist faction. We have their approval rating, which is determined by their issues. Okay, so for example, the Democratic Rights Society, they're anti-autocratic, so as long as we've got some form of diplomacy in elections. They like free movement, they like have reproductive freedoms, and they like anti-stratification. So we've got good support from them. We've got 75%. They get basically 64% support from the population. So their political strength. And all in all, that means that we get 1.5 extra influence from that faction. Terms for the Xeno Friendship Foundation. They've only got 35 support and they've got 50% approval because basically we're not doing any purges at all. So we get just over a half of influence. So basically we're getting, for having relatively good factions, about 2 extra influence roughly a month. But we'll have to keep an eye on them because the roughly split is 70-30. That's the projected, and it's all based on our own governing ethics. So it's unlikely that we're going to get more issues from them. But we shall see. Okay, I don't think we've got the influence to afford you. Check out our edicts. Not that we can do it. We've got farming subsidies, mining subsidies and research subsidies. Okay. Not that we need any of them. Sure. How much more influence do we need? 20. Do 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 do. Okay, we've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Fuella system. These strange objects have been flagged as spooks until we can learn more about them. Okay. News of alien ships humming through the ether have reached Earth, in many ways ending the first chapter of the book of the United Nations of Earth's bid for a stellar empire. Okay. Fuella system, where's that there? And we got a neutral fleet. We've got some spooks. So let's see what we can find out about them. This one, how's that right? 2 planets, no artifacts. Okay, we need to learn more about the mysterious aliens we have codenamed spooks. If they possess a language, we must decipher it and establish communications. So we're going to spend our society research on that instead.
Anomaly found.
Okay, we have detected life signs coming from somewhere beneath the barren and lifeless surfaces of the moon. What manner of organism could possibly live there? We'll research it and find out then. Okay, we can look at some of our policies now. Should have more than enough time to change what we are. So we can choose how we want to go. We're continuing to expand. So we'll stay with expansionists for now. We're not going to worry about that. The ones we are interested in. Our economic policy. Well, at the moment we're focusing on consumer goods, but with 2 factories we could probably switch to a more mixed economy and not worry about a focus on consumer goods anymore. So I think we're going to do that. That should hopefully give us more alloys to play with in the long run. Okay. See, refugees. Yes, that one was already done for us because we're not. Refugees welcome, citizen species only. Or no refugees at all. So we're always good with refugees, but what we're going to do, trade policy, consumer benefits. Well, that's good, but we've got quite a lot of consumer goods. And like I said, we've got 2 factories, so we might switch to the marketplace of ideas, which means we start getting unity from our trade. And there's a reason, that's important. Because obviously more unity means better traditions, which is great for us, and we all get a bonus to unity. So we're going to switch that to the marketplace of ideas. Okay. Now you should be in a position to Rashkamir. Or is it Rashkamir? To build Rashkamir. Because you may be wondering what these little things are, and that's basically trade value. Through hard work and experience, Suzanne Houston has developed new skills. Nice. And what we want. Okay. Some kind of burrowing silicon-based life form inhabits a vast network of tunnels beneath the barren surface of Anatra 3A. As best as we can tell, the creatures feed off rocks, and there is evidence to suggest they may possess a rudimentary form of intelligence. Their tunneling efforts have shuffled large amounts of valuable minerals to the surface. Cool.
Research complete.
Okay. District City Housing. Let's see what we got. We're not building anything. Mining stations output or research. Let's go with research for super solid materials. The production and understanding of supersolids are of immeasurable valuable to any and every space-age civilization. Or we have mineral cutting beams. These powerful short-range lasers can easily slice through rock, making the extraction of minerals a more efficient affair. But we're going to go with you. Super solid materials. We could do with that bonus. Okay. And having a look at our changes. Okay, so we've still got a bonus of 11, but we're now getting more alloys, which is going to be useful because we can use them for building and reinforcing our fleet. But as I was discussing with the trade value, basically we need to have a starbase with a trade hub in order to
research complete,
or a planet to collect trade. By chance we stumbled upon a faint alien signal during the survey of this planet. The source appears to be a small object in orbit. The signal contains no message. Could it be a distress transponder? Sure. Let's see if it's a distress transponder. We have new research. Because we got that one. Point barrier, point defense. Okay. So we can... Proved reactor booster. Cold fusion reactor. Proved deflectors. Field modulation. Okay. The ability to sustain a fusion reaction at relatively low temperatures will result in a new generation of fusion reactors for our ships. Yes, but we're not that interested in that at the moment. I think what we will do is go with some improved deflectors with the field manipulation, and we will switch you out for... Oh, that's interesting. For Carla Curtis, who is an expert in field manipulation. Oh, she's on a research mission, so we can't do that yet. Once she's done her mission in Unarcha, we're going to swap her out.
System survey complete.
Meanwhile, we can update the fleet. 7 ships will be upgraded with point barrier defense. We look at our layout. We have a sentinel point defense. We can change that to upgrade that point defense for 19.6 alloys. So sure, we'll do that. They basically get sent to the station and are updated.
Ships upgraded.
Okay, ships are upgraded. We have Unity Tradition. What have we got? Extra Clerk, which gives us extra trade jobs. Extra Housing. Colonial Viceroys. Extra Housing. Forces. Okay, let's go to Colonial Viceroys. Our control over the colonies is dependent upon us finding capable and loyal individuals that can be trusted to enforce the will of the government. So Governor's level caps are increased by 2. Sure, we'll have that. Colonial Viceroys. See, Earth is telling me we got robots at last. So we can think about robo modding. And we've got unemployed workers. Okay. One of which is now working a farm. Okay, now our unemployed workers produce Unity and Science. So we don't need to necessarily worry about giving them a job. They're perfectly happy doing whatever. That said, we could play with some of these and do a basic job. We don't need... We can't get any more buildings, and we've got 2 before we get population. So, let's see, we can do a clerk job. And extra housing. Do we need extra housing? Okay, immigration pool from extra housing. So city districts are great. Don't need more minerals, we don't need more food, and we don't need more energy. And like I said, at the moment they're producing unity and science, which is probably more useful for us at the moment. So we're going to keep them not working. They're unemployed. Meanwhile, robots. Set the rights of the robots. They have servitude, because that's all they can have. Their living standards are servitude, because they do not require, because they're basically things. Military service. They can't. They're exempt because they can't produce. Colonization rights. We cannot colonize with robots yet. No population controls, because they don't grow, and of course because they are robots, they've automatically got migration controls enabled, but they are mechanical, which means their habitability is 200% and they're immortal and last forever. So, but first of all, we've got our first robot. Yay!
Construction complete.
Okay, you build mining stations. Now, if we want to collect this trade here, that's 9 points in trade. What we need to do is upgrade this starbase. But that takes 200 alloy before we can consider doing that. Okay, the starbase must be upgraded before it can set a trade route. Okay. We go to our shipyard, starbase, trade routes. To manage our trade routes, collection range, protection range, and trade protection. Right click another upgraded starbase to set a trade route to that location. Trade routes need to have some link to your trade capital. Okay. So basically, we want to try and get some alloys stored so that we can think about picking up this trade here. We want to try and occupy these for the alloy, which is going to be good for us. Bonus alloy is always great.
System survey complete.
An abandoned life pod was detected in close orbit of Nutra 6. It is covered in scorch marks, presumably from when the pod's mothership exploded, and preliminary scans suggest it was built more than 5,000 years ago. The crew of the UNS Santa Maria managed to open the pod, revealing the withered remains of a reptilian alien clad in a resplendent uniform. Clutched in one of its claws was a small picture of another individual from the same race, possibly a mate or revered leader. So we gain a bunch of stuff from that. Now you can set you on automated, because there's nothing else for you to do.
Anomaly found.
Okay, efforts to map the surface of this planet have identified a strange mountain formation in the southern hemisphere. It does not appear to have formed naturally. Okay, we'll research that then. Mang. Down here, as you can see, we're extended a bit further. Our blob's getting a bit bigger, isn't it? We have a couple of star systems under our empire, which is pretty cool.
Special project complete.
Okay, what? Ancient mining drones. Reports of deep space drones in certain systems have been investigated. The drones appear to be the workers and custodians of an autonomous orbital mining operation established millennia ago and then abandoned by all but the drones themselves, judging by the state of the processing equipment. The drones possess powerful mining layers and make obviously threatening, if not outright hostile, overtures towards human vessels when approached. They may only be old drones, but they should be kept under close watch by the United Nations of Earth. Establish a listening post on Earth, please.
Situation log updated.
So let's look in that one. This one is engineering. Task of Science Department with collecting and collating data relating to the ancient mining drones. So we got more ancient mining drones, and that was what we found over here. Okay. Okay, we've encountered some form of alien vessels in the Chiblar system. These strange objects have been flagged as lemurs until we can learn about them. And there's a planet down here, a desert world that hasn't been put up. Well, it's been surveyed 30%. So that's almost as bad as Fahir. But that might be worth looking into colonising if we get desperate. Lemurs. Let's do that research. What was previously thought to be assorted mountains in the southern hemisphere of Unatra 1 have been identified as the massive skeletal remains of a single colossal alien life form. The bones have been dated as 3.4 billion years old, but our scientists have ruled out that Unatra 1 could have supported life on that scale at any point in the planet's history. Science Officer Carla Curtis has prepared a special research project to delve further into this mystery. Okay. Let's investigate giant skeleton. And we'll give that to you. Research projects in that system. An archer.
Construction complete.
Okay, what are we going to do with you? Well, could look at expanding here, picking up these alloys and generally making our way. I mean, this bunch of here is probably a good, if we can get this, and if we get that, then we'll pretty much lock this lot off anyway to ourselves. So we're going to do here our 25, so it's about 6 months. So yeah, we'll move there and do that. Meanwhile, I think we will continue to reinforce our fleets.
System survey complete.
Okay, These are the Mining Drone Expansion Initiative. Mining Drone Expansion Fleets. Okay.
Special project complete.
We have tried everything in order to find out how the ceramic pot ended up in a stellar orbit. Maybe we're all crazy. Maybe it does not even exist. Guess what? We tried calculating around those facts as well. We are done. There is nothing more we can do here. The only plus side to this is that we had tons of time to spend on philosophical and economical questions when we could not stomach to keep investigating that damn thing. Why influence gained as we embrace the futility of life's questions. We basically failed. But that's for the interesting thing is I know what the other one, I know what the success for that one is, so you're not actually missing much anyway. Continuing surveying that system while they're in it. We now have the influence we need, just not the alloys, but that will get them pretty soon. So sure, we'll keep those. It's not worth doing an edict. Map the stars at 140, that would leave us, what, 70? That might work then if we want to do map the stars. Survey speed 25%, anomaly discovery chance plus 10%. 140. Sure, why not? Okay. That leaves us 75, which is still enough for our expansion, so that was good. I think it's because we've just gained at the end of the month, but we've got our first edict. Our only edict, in fact, at the moment. Pushes for further galactic exploration, to bring light to the darkness and find what wonders lie beyond. So that's going to speed up our research of space even further. Oh, this is nice. This is Ukahannan's Moor. Now look at that, look. It's a black hole. Look at the graphics on that. Oof. And the event horizon beyond which not even light can seem to escape. Okay. Let's go.
System survey complete.
Thank you for that. Go find something else to explore, please. Okay, you can now switch to doing a base. You've still got to get there.
System survey complete.
Okay, strategically. During its survey of Ukahannan's Moor, the UNS Darwin discovered a previously unknown strategic resource dubbed dark matter. This exotic substance has many properties that seemingly defy several natural laws. It could potentially revolutionize the sciences. While we do not yet possess the means to extract this resource, we should seriously consider establishing control over the system for future exploitation. Cute. So,
Special project complete.
okay, after continued studies of the massive skeletal remains found on Unutra 1, Science Officer Carla Curtis has concluded that the creature served as some kind of organic starship. Much smaller bones from at least 3 separate species were found within the larger skeleton, and we assume these come from members of the crew. For unknown reasons, this organic starship suffered catastrophic damage and crash-landed on an Archer 1. While we cannot begin to understand the biological engineering necessary to grow a starship like this, the study of these bones alone has substantially advanced our knowledge. Okay, get back to exploring.
System survey complete.
As we pretty much just leave them to it.
Anomaly found.
Okay, our science officer has found an anomaly. It will require extensive probing, but could garner a substantial find. Sure, off you go. Have fun.
Special project complete.
Okay, the Tiyanki. The spaceborne life forms, which the human heads of society research has come to refer as Tiyanki, are docile creatures. Capable of accessing some lower dimension of subspace, they roam from system to system with remarkable ease. They graze on gases common to the upper layers of many gas giants. It's highly unlikely, to say the least, that this is their only food source, but intake of other nutrients has yet to be observed. They will rarely, if ever, attack, even when provoked. They can be safely ignored. Okay, but we gain the research option frequency tuning with a 10% starting bonus, so that might be worth looking into at some point. So yeah, they're the Tiyanki space whales.
Research complete.
Okay, teachings of explorers. The UNS Potemkin's crew are reporting that they found something spectacular on Chiblar 8. On the surface lies traces of an explorative expedition of another civilization, left behind as some well-preserved documents and artifacts. The proposed action by Chief Science Officer Kasina Polcheva is to send the text finding to our own world for translation. There is also the possibility to sell them off to a private investor. Could we get stuff? Quite a bit of stuff. We're not particularly bothered. We're going to send it to our homeworld for research.
Situation log updated.
And then we're going to come here. We've found some texts that are carried by an alien expedition. We can translate them. We might uncover more information and learn about the previous owners. Sure, let's research that. That'll take a while. We've just finished the cloning to increase our pop clone speed. And we've got, what have we got? Let's see. We have stellar expansion. Our future lies in the sea of the stars. Okay. Centralized command. Creating dedicated headquarters for all levels of military operations, shapes an efficient fleet and lays a better foundation for future military training. Okay, got ground defense planning, which I haven't bothered with, and we also have frequency tuning. Adapting the Tiyanki method of siphoning energy from gaseous matter, it is possible to construct weapons draining energy from enemy ships. So we're going to put you down. But it won't happen because we're busy. they're actually busy doing other research at the moment. Okay, let's reinforce our fleets. It's number 9.
Research complete.
So you've got improved deflectors. Okay. So, okay, we can have explore hyperlane breach points. We have identified the existence of points in space where a ship expends less energy to breach their way into a hyperlane. This will lead to a new generation of hyperdrives. They're pretty cool. But quantum probes. Advanced probes that can thoroughly analyse subjects on a subatomic level, generating a wealth of valuable research data. We'll get that because that's plus 10%, which does all of our research that we get from orbiting stations. Plus, once we've built this new ship, we can upgrade them all. How much do you reckon they want for that?
System survey complete.
Optical sensors indicate a cluster of shapes on the barren surface of Chiblar 3 that could be buildings. Okay. Let's research that one. I think that might be a precursor event anomaly, which means it may take some time.
Construction complete.
Okay, you get mining. Let's have a look at you. What do you need? 9 ships will be upgraded for 45 alloys. Sure, we'll do that. Basically, as we get the alloys in, they'll be spent.
System survey complete. Anomaly found.
Inexplicable optical phenomena play across the surface of Gatara 9, clearly visible from space. Thank you. Off you go.
Ships upgraded.
There you go, they're all upgraded. Now we just got to reinforce our last ship. And then we can stockpile some alloy. We could buy alloy if we really wanted to, but to be honest, I'm quite happy at the pace it's going rather than going, ooh, I've got 78,000 energy. Let's buy 250 alloys. A couple of times, you know. No, I can't be bothered. Well, the market, not really useful. Might get more interest on a galactic market or whatever, but for now, we'll just settle at this pace. While we're still trying to keep everything balanced. Okay. Science Officer Sabino reports that the luminous waves coursing through the ice that blankets Gotra 9 are of alien origin. Some ancient battle has deposited scattered wreckage from an alien fighter on the frozen planet, and only the exposed core of its main weapons remains intact. It seems this alien race used lasers somewhat more advanced than the ones currently in use by human fleets, and the fizzling innards periodically discharge low-powered lasers into the ice of Gotara 9. The planet's harsh climate prevents the lasers from actually melting the ice, allowing the chilly matrix to act as a brilliant prism. So, we could use that technology, and that gives us
Research
blue lasers. Which we weren't researching anyway, but it just takes that one off the list for us. Also means that we can upgrade the lasers on for 70A2 alloys, so we'll do that. See, what have we got? Dominion. Okay, trade districts provide one additional clerk job. Okay, that's cool. I think we'll do that because we have unemployed and we've got clerks, and that'll just employ them. So we'll do that for now. That's a bonus for us. So now these provide 2 clerk jobs, which means we've got a bunch of clerks that we can put to work for trade value and amenities. Yay. In fact, if we look down here, got 2 unemployed workers that should go in there now.
Anomaly found.
Okay, there are signs of activity by an ancient precursor civilization on this inhospitable rock. We're definitely researching that. Those are what we need to find to locate the home system of these precursors. Okay, I'm going to pause it there because we've hit the hour mark, and I think our episodes are pretty good. I mean, this is the sort of thing you can listen to in the background because the music is so awesome. You really feel the space vibe with this one. Anyway, so we're going to save it here. As always, if you like what you're seeing here, be sure to like, subscribe, share and comment. Please consider sponsoring on Patreon. This has been Vane doing Let's Play Stellaris, and until the next time, goodbye.